Oh yeah, COVID rules, innit? Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's alright, but from the same house, you know, the
Get
same
me?
house bubble.
Same,
and stuff.
bro. You're my brother.
You're my brother.
Get me?
But anyway, I don't know where to start.
We start from anywhere.
Just said
Anywhere. We start from anywhere.
Yeah, how's your day been?
It's been absolutely amazing. You know that.
Yeah.
I've had a quite eventful day,
Mm.
but in a good way. You know, I was there. Done some good training with some of the fires this morning. Went to the protest. After that,
Oh, you went to the protest,
went
yeah?
to the protest. It was I
What?
loved it, man. What a
What?
good vibe. Like, it's different when you see 1-2 people on the same cause as yourself. But then when you see hundreds or thousands of people all coming out, different shades, different ethnicities, different genders, different, you know, everything possible to be different, all getting together just to, you know, have the same cause, it's amazing. You know that. It's like when I went to the Black Lives Matter movements, it was amazing. You know, like there's nothing more beautiful when you see humans acting like humans, you know, taking stuff that shouldn't be done and saying, no, we're not doing this no more. You know, that was amazing to see. Then after that, come chill my big bro, Leo. You get
Come
me?
on. Hey, so hold on, you're my big bro as well, so how does that work?
Bro, 2 big bros, we're twins. We're twins.
We're twins.
Twinning,
I like that.
bro. We're
I like
twinning.
that. Yeah, I love that. Do you know what? I've never been on a protest before.
You know what? My first ever protest was the most amazing one. That was the first
Was it amazing?
amazing, abtastic. It was just too much. But it was, at first I was nervous because I was thinking, it's going to be riots, you know, it's going to turn to a riot, whatever. But it didn't, you know, it was absolutely amazing. Literally, I'll tell everyone to try and get into one to see humanity at its best. Because we're so used to seeing humanity at its worst. You know, to see humanity at its best is something nice, you know. So I say everyone, if there's a protest for something that's worth going out to protest for, do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Palestinian one was amazing. The Black Lives Matter one was amazing. Whatever one you fully down to support, I say go out and do it. Don't be shy to do it.
Yeah, but I think you're amazing as a human being in general.
Thank you,
and
my
and,
brother.
and do you know what's mad? I say this now, and obviously I'd love for you to introduce yourself a little bit as well
Yeah.
to the listeners, because I feel like for me, the one thing I'm going to say about you is that I value and appreciate you on behalf of other people, just
Thank
because I
you.
know how much you do for other people.
Thank you.
You know,
thank
but I'd like for you to
yeah.
introduce yourself, like, you know, anyhow you want to, you know, who you are, like what you do, anything
Yeah.
you feel like telling people. Anything.
Me, I'm abtastic. I'm amazing. I'm Abdul in the building.
Abnormal.
Abnormal. Get me? Anything ab with amazing at the end of it, I am. You know? I'm an ex-fighter that competed since I was 8 years old in all kind of martial arts. So from taekwondo, I competed in karate, every stand-up one, boxing, I competed in Muay Thai, I competed in K1, I competed literally, if it's punching and kicking, I've been involved in it somehow.
Can I just add that you're a savage as well, yeah?
Come on, absolutely, bro. Yeah. Listen, same bloodline. We're both savages, you get me? And so all stand-up games since I was about 8, and now I'm 32. You know, so that's been a little while since I've been competing in. And I've been coaching for about 15 years. So I've been coaching kickboxing, Muay Thai, and boxing. And I also do like positive mind attribute training as well. So I feel like a lot, especially with the environment I'm around, negative mindset is so easy to fall upon.
Yeah.
So I try and train people to be positive all the time, you know. That's why me and you click so well.
Yeah.
You know, because you're someone else. You're very much like me in a sense where anything that can be flipped in a positive way, you do it. Even to where you'll say a sentence, I'll say something like, oh, I don't really like that. But you're like, but is it really like you? And I'll be like, wait, hold up. How does that even make sense? And I think to myself, no, it don't like me, so let me keep away from it, you know? So, like, just like these little things you do, you got the same mindset. Always trying to stay positive, you know? Always staying positive, trying to be the best versions of ourselves we can be at all times, you know?
I agree with you. I think the reason we click so well is because we've got a lot of similar things. Obviously, we're different people at the same time, but we've got a lot of similar things where, like, we recognize that in each other. And I always say this, I'm a fan of, like, we can't recognize something we don't have in another person. Exactly. So that's why we click so well. And I feel like like we're kind of like we're very like we're pushed through challenges kind of people, but at
Yeah.
the same time we're fair. Like we're fair on people at the same time. Like we've got the balance correct.
Yeah. I'm someone that, even when it comes to training myself, I'm someone I hold such a high standard for myself. You know, so you've been on the same routine as me. We've been training pretty much every day, you know, from the beginning of COVID till now, you know. And we've always, the minimum, so our routines will have 200 pull-ups minimum. No matter what else goes on in that routine, we've got 200 pull-ups minimum.
Soon 250.
You get me? Soon 250, you know. But I don't care how it gets done. It just gets done, you know. People are just like, oh, you done it in 5 and he done it in 10, or you done it in 20 and he done it in 16, you know. It doesn't matter about how you got it done. Did you get done? You know.
But you know what? I've learned something through that routine, you know.
Go on.
Because I've learned, like, there's times when you broke down. So let's say you break down the pull-ups here, where sometimes it's going up, sometimes it's going down. And I've learned something about myself, and every single person is different. They'll
Yeah.
like different things.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I prefer when it goes down.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like, and then I realized something about myself as a person. I realized that I like to get through the toughest things first.
Yeah.
And then enjoy the rest.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's why I do different styles workouts, because everyone is different. So some people, they like the warming up. So they'll start with small numbers and slowly build themselves up to bigger numbers, you know. So that makes sense for them, you know, because they're warming themselves up to the big numbers. You, on the other hand, you're someone, you're like, let's jump in the deep end and let's swim back, you know. So you'll say, okay, let's start with the 20s and work our ways down, you know. Both are correct.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you both done the same numbers. Whether it's going up or down, you both hit the 200, and that's all that matters, you know. That's why we do like that. That's why we always throw a wrench in there as well. Just like life. Life's always going to throw a wrench at you. We're too used to having a lifestyle of when a wrench comes our way, it's a problem, you know. I like to train for when that wrench comes our way, we know how to use it. Because a wrench is actually a tool to be used. You know, it's not something that is, keep it away. No, it's actually a tool. It's a mechanical tool, you know. So why not learn how to use it, so when it does come your way, you know how to fix with it, you know?
Do you know what I just remembered, yeah, and this is not even to do with the wrench, yeah, but something just hit my head. There's this quote or a saying that says, those who can use a hammer will only look for nails, or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that just made me think, and I was just like,
Yeah.
but wrench is like a versatile tool anyways that can be
It
used
is.
for anything.
It is.
Really.
It is literally, like, a lot of people say someone that only knows how to use a hammer can only use a hammer, and someone that has a variety of tools will look to use a variety of tools. You know, you are limited to what you want to learn. You know,
That's powerful.
if you just want to learn how to use a hammer and hammer through life, it's okay. That will work for you. You know, but if you want to learn how to use more tools, then look, you got a bigger arsenal to be able to use, and you can get more things done. You know,
Yeah.
but it just depends how you want to take life.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. And I think I've been thinking about this thing of like people not doing sports. I don't think there's, obviously not everyone does sports. But just in general, it doesn't have to be combat sports. Just in general,
Yeah.
people don't do sports.
Yeah.
And there's so many benefits within sports. And it always kind of like, it makes me think like, what is wrong with people and why people don't want to do sports? Like,
You know what it is? A lot of people don't like to have, I don't know what the word for it, adversity. They don't like
adversities. Yeah,
adversity.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like that. That's what sports is about. No matter what sport you play, it has that in it, you know. And a lot of people don't like that, so they try and stay away from it, which is a shame, because the natural human body is always gonna be built for sports.
Yeah.
Not a particular sport, but always built for a sport. You
Yeah.
know, so it's not necessarily for combat or for long distance running or for, you know, shot put, but there's so many sports out there that your body, whoever it is, your body is built perfect for.
Yeah.
You just have to find that sport and start using your body for it, you know?
Yeah. No, definitely. I've noticed that people got different body types. And even in boxing, like people just have different. Some people are better at footwork, some people are better at punching, and it's based on the body type.
100%. Like, the funny thing is, I tell people, when people ask me, oh, what's your best characteristics about being a fighter? I said being short, being fat, and being soft. They're like, everyone's like, what? What's this wrong with this bad guy? You know? But these three things are what made me a fantastic fighter, because one, I had to run more than everyone else in the gym to cut weight, you know? I had to run and run and run. So what did that do? That built my fitness up. That built my muscular endurance up. Where everyone else was doing 5Ks, I had to do 10Ks to get my weight down, you know? So that built everything for me. And on top of that, I was soft. I wasn't a hard puncher. I literally, like, they used to laugh when I used to hit pads because they're like, Abdul, is this all you got? But then what did I do? I said, all right, cool. I might not be a heavy puncher, but what I'll do is I'll outwork you, you know? Instead of you throwing that one big kabdush, I'll throw 50. Yeah. But that's 50 points, you know? You only scored 1 point.
You'll throw a Hadouken, bro.
Yeah, get me? I'll throw a Hadouken, tiger, uppercut, you know? But that's what I mean. So, like, I had to work rate. And when it came to not being one to get hit, my footwork got incredible, you know? So, and then now people are like, Abdul, these are your gifts. No, these are skills that I had to build up, because they were actually started off as weaknesses that became my positives, you know? And that's one of the beauties about fighting that taught me that. So now in life, because I'm severely dyslexic. Now when people write texts to me and stuff, or when people write emails to me and stuff, I could have the mentality of saying, oh, I'm dyslexic, I'm not going to read this. But I go, no. If it takes me 1 day to read this, or an hour to read this, or however long it takes me to read this, this email or text or whatever it is, I'm going to do it. I want to read this and get through it. And over times, I got better and better at doing this, you know? And now I read and write so much better, to the point where people don't even believe I'm dyslexic.
Do you know what? From the bottom of my heart as well, I just want to say to you, I haven't said this to you before. Yeah. But obviously, like, I watch you post Instagram posts and stuff, and sometimes you might put like and that's why I respect you so much, because you don't care if you're dyslexic or not. You're still right on there and everything else. And obviously, you rarely make like mistakes on there, but you don't care. You don't care if you make mistakes and stuff. And sometimes I look at it and I'm thinking like, I wonder if there's like another person reading this and thinking like, oh, Abdul's like, he's making typos and stuff. And I'm thinking like, you probably don't even know that he's dyslexic and he's still doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
you know, the funny thing is, I've written emails to like businesses and stuff, and I've written emails to like the other gyms that I work at, and sometimes they will reply back like, you know, this is a business email, you can't really talk slang. And I'm like, I'm not even trying to talk slang, you know? It's just, I write phonetically. So how I say things is how it gets written. And I get loads of people DMing me saying, Abdul, you wrote this wrong, you wrote this wrong,
But what is the right way of writing it? Like, why can't we talk slang, you know? Why is slang different from what professional is? Who decides what is what?
100%. And I say to people, did you understand what I wrote? Yes. There you are then.
That's it. So I think more time people have a problem with something that's like, I guess like maybe it's not professional or it's not the standard. So there's a lot of sheep. Yeah. There's a lot of sheep who want other people to be sheep as well. Yeah. 100%. And it's like, but we're not sheep.
But we're not, you know, and that's, you know, this is why people that are normally gravitate to around me, and I gravitate to as well, normally have this mentality of, we're not gonna bend ourselves to what standard of everyone else's life is at. Yeah. We are gonna grow, you know, and try and reach to the sky, you know. So I haven't got time to bend, you know. I just do the best I can at the tools that I have, and I keep going.
And we take people with us. Like it's about creating impact and positive 100%. Impact to allow other people to do the same and you know, elevate themselves as
100%, well. 100%. And like I tell people, I want to be so positive, it's infectious. That's the thing with me. I want to go, when I step into a room and the room is dull, I want to be like, oh, Abdul's here now. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, if people saw our morning greetings, you was listening or just watching, like they wouldn't believe it. The energy.
They would not believe it. They would not believe it.
Yeah, the energy is explosive.
I'll tell you, 8 o'clock, pretty much 8 o'clock every morning, I see you. And it's the same way, 100% energy, you know, 100%. And why? Is because we're bouncing off each other. Even sometimes I walk in the building and my energy is not 100%, But even at, I walk in at 100%, you know, it's still the same. Like it will bounce off.
Yeah.
Your energy will bounce off of me, and I'll be like, okay, no, you know what? Yes, we start hugging and embracing and showing mad love to each other, and then that's it for the rest of the day. Now my energy bar's at 100.
Yeah.
Just for bumping into you in the morning, you know. So, and it's vice versa. Sometimes you might come in and your energy is not 100, but we bump into each other, and then now your energy bar's gone up.
Yeah, do you know what? I've noticed that as well. I've noticed that sometimes, you would come in the morning. Like, rarely, like, I think me, maybe, it doesn't matter who's, you know, who's done that more often or whatever, but yeah, I've noticed that, like, sometimes he will come in and I'm like, I can see it's a bit off and I'm just like, yo, and it picks up again and vice versa. You know, but it's just life, innit? I think that's how life works, you know, like, we can't, you know, if you had a perfect day every day, it's just, that wouldn't make any sense.
What my granddad used to say is the sun only feels good when rain is around. You know, that's why in England, we love sun. Like when I go to Qatar, they're saying, oh, the sun, we hate the sun. We want rain. They come to England for rain. I'm like, what kind of right-minded person will come to England for rain, you know? But because we're surrounded by rain, so sun makes sense for us, you know? We want the sun to be around us, and vice versa. They want rain to be around them.
Do you think that goes back to the thing of like, we want what we can't have? Because I hear this a lot. I hear that phrase a lot. Like, people always want what they can't have, and there's almost like a lack of gratitude for what we have already, a lack of appreciation. Maybe people look at it from a wrong point of view or mindset, and it's almost like we don't find what the beauty of, you know, the circumstances is, and you know,
100%. Now, what a lot of people's problems are, including myself, as humans, is that even if God gave us a mountain of gold, we'll ask for two, you know? Like, even I've been blessed to be around amazing people. I have an amazing family. I've had an amazing career. But yet, there's still something inside me that says, I want that a little bit more, you know? Now, there's nothing really bad with that because that's my progression, you know? But it's if I dwell on that too much, then it becomes a negative.
That's a point. That's a good point. You know? It's when people dwell on it too much. There's nothing wrong with wanting, but when people get obsessed with wanting something, that's the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like one of my fighters that I coach, I'm with him every day. He's obsessed with reminding himself of his negatives. You know, he's obsessed with reminding himself of his negatives, and it's sad because he's got so many positives. You know, he will spar and absolutely demolish people in his sparring. One shot will land, and that sparring was bad.
Yeah.
You know, that was a bad sparring session, you know. And then straight away after that, he will start to go downhill. Start doubting himself and I keep trying to explain to him is that, especially in combat sports, you are going to get hit. You're going to get hit. It's just how much can you minimize it? So one getting hit once or twice, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know? It's when it's a repetitive habit that you keep getting hit with the same shot, then we're going to correct that.
Yeah.
But, you know, and because he dwells on it so bad, he keeps telling me, oh, boxing's not for me. Boxing's not for me. I tell him, boxing is for you. It is for you. Just stop dwelling on the negatives.
Yeah.
You know? And it's that simple. Like, you can't dwell on negatives because they'll pull you down. Yeah,
it's almost like, what do we allow our mind to consume? Like, what are we consuming within our mind? You know, that sort of thing.
100%. Like, me, I'll tell you now, I will teach 20 classes. I'll have one person in my class that can't get what I'm trying to teach. And I sometimes judge all my whole 15 years of coaching on that one person, you know?
That's kind of like taking that one punch. Similar.
Exactly. Yeah. We all fall for it. That's our problem that we all get into. But I know by the time I leave that gym, I forget it. I tell myself, that was a one session. That was a one-off.
So you've built a level of resilience where like it might still be a problem, but it's not as much of a problem as it might be, or not for as long period of time.
Exactly.
But like in the past, it could have been for a longer period of time.
For a long time.
But it's over time. It's just like I can relate to that because I feel like now, like things I face, like, or you know, adversities and challenges I see in my life, it's like in the past I probably would have dwelled on it for so long, but like now I'm just like, cool, you know what, move on. Actually, story. Yesterday, went to take out £10 out of cash machine to pay for my takeaway.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going through my head. Put the card in, pressed the pin, put it to £10, whatever. Took the card and walked away from the cash machine. I forgot to take the cash out. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, I'm such a donut.
Yeah.
Go back to the cash machine. I'm hoping the money's still there. It's not there. And
Yeah.
5 years ago, I probably would have been dwelling on it, just thinking like, oh, But it's not even about the money. I would have been beating myself up for making such a silly mistake.
Yeah.
Bro, 1 minute later, I'm just, you know what, forget it. I have no control. I can't change it. Might as well just move on. What's the point of me staying there?
100%. 100%. And you see, the way I see life is a bit different to a lot of people. The way I see it is, the person that probably got that this is the way I see it. The person that probably got to that money was in a worse place than you.
Yeah, probably went to buy some white lightning or something.
No, like,
I'm just playing,
but like,
I don't know who took it.
You get me? So, but you don't know this guy could have had nothing in his pocket, you know, and then somehow he needed some money, and he saw it and God gave him a touch, you know, out of your expense, but God gave him a touch because you had the ability to put your card back in there and grab another tenner.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I'll see it. So for me, it wouldn't be something I dwell on. I'd be like, you know what? God help someone else.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you have to fall over so someone else doesn't have to fall in that same spot.
But if I didn't have another tenner in my account, I probably would have been G-checking everyone. Just
100%.
Yo, you got my £10.
But
You got my £10.
But the funny thing is, you would have never made that mistake as well because that's your only last tenner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of the ones where I've been in that same situation where money's fell out of my pocket. Funny thing is, I've been in situations where money's fell out of my pocket and someone chased me down the road to give me my money back, you know? And that was a pinky. That was a £50 note. And I was just like stunned at this kid. I was like, bro, that's a legit £50.
Yeah, I think I told you about. I think we had a similar conversation before in the past when we were training, and I think I told you about the time when some guy must have found £20 on the floor.
Yeah.
And he thought it was mine, but it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So he was the same thing, but he was chasing after me to give me the £20, but it wasn't mine. And I just took it. I was like 13 and or something like that. So.
But that happens too, you know. Yeah. That happens too, and it is what it is. But that happens, you know. But that's God gave you £20.
Yeah,
God gave you £20. Why not take it? You know, why not take it? Listen, at the end of the day, for me, is anything that I see negative, that happens to me negatively, I try to flip it. Make it positive. You know, like if I lose money, someone needs that money. Yeah. So I indirectly help someone else out, you know, or if I fall over, it's cool. I fell over. Someone saw me and is now known, don't fall in that spot, you know. So now I've helped someone else out because it's happened to me so many times. You know, I've been playing around with people and we're sparring or something and they'll try and move out. And through their failure of a move, I've learned how to do that move better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they try to slip and step at the same time. And through the failure of that, I said to myself, if you had moved your head just a little bit more or stepped a little bit deeper or, you know, then the move got better. So then I learned off of that, you know.
Did you see my Instagram post the other day?
Which one? I'm always watching you.
So I'm always watching. I'm a bit worried, bro.
Listen. Always.
The one that said fail, and it said and it stands for first attempt in learning. Yeah. And that's exactly what it's talking about. But I just flipped. Obviously, I've always known that failure is a very important part of success, and it's a crucial ingredient. But you know, sometimes you might know something for a very long time. But once it's flipped in a different perspective, something just clicks and it's just like, you know what? Actually, the way this is phrased, like, is much better than I usually know it anyways. So I was like, just a first attempt in learning. So why wouldn't I want to fail more often to get first attempts 100%. In learning and many other things, you know?
100%. Like, there's so many of these. You know what? The beauty of the internet has brought so many great minds together. You know, someone will put up a post, like you put up a post, and I'll read that and I'll think to myself, bro, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Now that's in my head. Now I'm talking to someone and that will just roll off the tongue. You know, it will just roll off the tongue. Now the guy that I'm speaking to, or girl I'm speaking to, has now got a different way of seeing life.
And it's just like, just one post, one
Just
action,
you
one
get
small
me?
action.
One small action.
Yeah.
Like another one I like is can with time.
What's that?
Can't, see,
Oh, yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
is can, the T is time.
Okay.
Can with time.
Can with time.
You get me? So
Yeah.
you can't do something now,
I like
but
that.
give it time and it will be a can.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
You know, everything's a process. Like even look at when, don't you remember when we first started doing pull-ups? If I told you that, hey, listen, you're gonna be doing like 200 pull-ups, you know, you'd be like, Abdul, get out of it. You know,
Yeah, I was struggling. I was like, I remember. So you had the beginners, you had intermediate, and you had like advanced, like breakdowns. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was just like, let me do the intermediate one.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling with the advanced.
Yeah.
But I think like maybe like 4 weeks in, I was just like, you know what? Let me just jump. But then there's the other interesting thing of like, I had a mindset to do that.
Yeah.
Of like, let me push myself. I don't want to be doing intermediate. I wanna go further.
Yeah.
So I think always there's a combination of the process and what's the mindset that we have during the process that's gonna support us to go through the process better.
Yeah.
You know?
What a lot of people get a bit wrong with, especially with training, is it's not easier. 200 is 200 pull-ups. You know, for the average Joe to an elite calisthenics person, 200 pull-ups is 200 pull-ups. The only thing is the calisthenics person has done 200 pull-ups 5,000 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So the process of going through up that 200 pull-ups is an easier process on his mind. So it feels easier for him because he's done it so many times, you know. The person that hasn't done it, a beginner, or I'll say an intermediate, not beginner, but an intermediate person who's only done it 100 times, is still a harder process to get done. It's not the actual activity is harder, it's just the process of getting there is harder because he hasn't done it as many times, you know? So for me, it's like everyone's got ability of doing it. You just haven't done it yet. So the first time doing something is hardest. Do it again, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Do it again, it's a little bit easier. Do it again, it's a little bit easier. Till it becomes a normality.
But then there's also an element of like bad days and good days as well. So like sometimes I might be doing the 200, but maybe on that day my muscles are tired, or you know, my mindset's not 100%, or whatever. So it's a bit tougher. And then the other days it's a bit easier. But I think still going through the process, regardless if it's a bad or a good day, that's what really matters the most.
100%.
Because the outcome is what we really need. We're going for the outcome, not for the, you know, like we all know the easiest way out doesn't give us results.
100%. I tell people this. I've lost motivation for training 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I lost motivation.
But you gained a lifestyle.
But there's a lifestyle. But I am dedicated. Rain, snow, whatever the weather, COVID rules or not, I was out there doing my training.
Yeah.
You know, you were there with me, alongside me, with some few other fighters. You know, literally, when I'm telling you snow, it was snowing. The bars were iced.
I've been there.
You know, we were there.
Yeah.
We were there. When it was raining, we were there. When the sun was out, we were there. When it was a good day, we were there. When it was a bad day, we were there. You know, because dedication brings results, not motivation. Motivation, you know what motivation for me is? Motivation for me is just waking up. As long as God has given me the ability to open my eyes, I'm dedicated to do whatever needs to be done. You know, and that's the way I see it. I've literally be sore. My body can't move. I get up out of bed like a zombie, like that. I can't get out of bed. But I'm lucky because I have you guys around me that expect me to be there. So I'm like, I can't let these people down, you know?
Would you in a weird way say that you put yourself in that position, so then you have to do it? It's just, you know what, I can relate to that, right? So what I mean by that is, like, I think in the past I've set myself up, but like I would be like, this day, that day, this time we're gonna do this thing, and I would not be feeling on a day, but because I'm dedicated to people, and I think this is the thing that we have in common, we're dedicated to other people.
Yes.
You know? And then I'll be like, cool, I have to be there. And it's almost like by agreeing with people to do something, I'm setting myself up for, like, you know, success.
Yeah.
Just to get it done.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You've agreed to open the gym for us every day. You know, so that means no matter what happens during how you feel when you wake up, you have to open, because you got 12 people waiting on you.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, I was off. I wasn't working.
Yeah. And exactly.
And I was still there.
You're still there. You know, you still opened the gym up for us because we needed that, you know. So through that need, you were like, okay, cool, I'm there. I've opened my front door and the wind has blown it back in my face to close, you know. It's happened so many times, you know. I'm telling you, like, I could just hear in the back of my head, Abdul, go to bed, you know. I could hear it, but I know I have dedicated people. You are opening the gym up for me.
Yeah.
You know, I have people relying on me to be there.
Yeah.
So I have to be there.
Even days, even like, for example, I think, was it Friday? I was doing my own thing. Even days I don't want to train, like I come there not to train. I come there just to be there for people, just to open up for people, just so people can get their training, you know?
Yeah.
So, do you think that it makes training easier when you have people relying on you rather than having to train by yourself?
I wouldn't say yes and no. I'll say it does not make it easier on training. It makes it easier to get there. Okay. The training's going to happen, you know, 100%. Because for me, I haven't taken a day off because people expect me to be there. So no matter how I feel, even if I had a rough night, even if sometimes I have, like, you have stomach problems, whatever, the night before, I can't tell people, oh, I'm sorry, I had stomach problems, you know. These people are like, nah, it's training time, you know.
Yeah.
So I've got to be there regardless, you know. And through that, it's made a machine out of me. No matter what's happened in my day, no matter what's happened the night before, I'm gonna turn up.
And we're talking about some we're talking about some serious fighters as well. We're talking about that these people, like, they got different levels of resilience, so they don't care about these little small, and
No, I'm telling you,
they push through a lot of different things.
I'm telling you, like, listen.
So what's your take on rest? Like, how crucial, important do you think rest is in this whole, like, picture?
For me, I feel like, me personally, I have two answers. I have a coach answer, and I have the abtastic answer. The coach answer is you should be taking as much rest as you can to make sure you get the best results you can, because scientifically it's proven. Yeah. So all my sports science degree and everything is all shown that. Then I have the abtastic mindset, which is I rest when I need to, and I don't rest if I don't need to. My rest is my 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and I train every day, Monday to Monday, you know. People tell me, Abdul, it's no good for you, science has proven it, this is what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. But listen, I'm not ordinary.
Tell them, shut up.
Exactly. I'm not ordinary. Your body needs rest. You need to go by the scientific answers. Yeah? I don't. You know, I've been doing this long enough to realize I don't need that.
You figured out your own. You figured out what your own body needs and how you function and stuff, and you've done that through experience.
Not
through reading some articles and.
100%. I thought, I'll be honest with you, I'm not even trying to put a damper on sports science or anything, because I'm a big lover of sports science. But I feel like a lot of people are trying to find excuses in themselves to find reasons why they don't have to do certain things.
Because the sports science experiment in itself is going to be filtered through a perspective anyways, right?
100%.
The results, who was telling me, I had a really interesting conversation with someone, I think it was Valeria. And Valeria was telling me that, you know, people that collect data. Yeah, people that collect data.
I know exactly going to.
They will still, like, filter the data through their own perspective. and that's where the
100%.
results are going to come out.
100%.
Do you know? It's actually it's insane. And then I was thinking about is talking about sports science, and also there's another element in sports science in itself. Yeah, the test that they do it with certain athletes, right? And then, like we spoke earlier, a lot of these different athletes, they have different body types. So the results are not always going to be accurate and reflect every single person.
Exactly.
That's what I always believe, and I agree with you, that every individual should always explore their own things, like what diet works for them, what different...
100%.
Yeah.
I got 2 fighters. I won't say their name. One lives off a sugar diet. Literally lives off of sugar. You can give this boy 4 packets of Krispy Kreme donuts and he'll blast through them and ask you for another one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he will blast through this stuff, you know? And he is ripped to shreds. And I have another athlete that literally is on the most regimented diet. They don't waver anything. And they still haven't lost that much weight.
Yeah.
You know? Because one goes off what he'll eat according to how he feels. And the other one will eat what they've been told is their meal prep, you know? And their meal prep, what's happened now is their meal prep is not actually working for them.
Yeah.
You know? Eating 2 grams of protein and 1 gram of this, and, you know, it's not working for them.
Yeah.
You know? And the other one is just flaking it and just surviving off of sugar.
Yeah.
You know? But at the end of the day, both are doing what they think is right, you know. When I was doing my sports science degree, the funniest thing is I was writing up an assignment, and we had to go over how many meals are good for an athlete to eat. Is it 6? Is it 4? Is it 2? Is it 1? And the funny thing is, for each group, they all had the same amount of articles that was saying that was the one.
Yeah.
So I had 6 articles saying you have to eat 6 meals a day. If you don't eat that many meals, it's no good for you, and blah, 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 blah. And then I had another one was saying 3, and I have another one that was saying intermittent fasting, and they're all...
Everyone's saying different things, yeah.
But they're all right.
Yeah.
They're all right. You have to find what works for you as a person.
Yeah.
Me, personally, intermittent fasting is the best thing that's ever hit my life.
I've done that before. It worked really well for me as well.
It works perfect for me.
Yeah.
You know, it works perfect for me 2 ways. One, because of my lifestyle. I'm always busy. I haven't got time to sit down and eat.
That makes a lot of sense.
Number 2, I'm someone, I like being hungry. I know it's weird, but I like being hungry. I feel a certain sharpness. I feel sluggish when I eat after eating. I feel tired. I feel fatigued after eating. Yeah, not fatigued, sorry, lethargic after eating. Yeah, like I want to sleep. Okay, but when I don't eat that much, I feel sharp. I feel on my toes. I feel I can move around. You know, so for me and the job that I do, I need to constantly be like that. I need to be sharp. I need to be aware. I need to be bouncing around. I'm constantly jumping up and down. Do this, jump around, yeah. Jab, cross, move, da, da, da. You know, I'm constantly moving. I'm on my toes. You know, holding pads for fighters, holding pads for normal people. Just, you know, all this life, all this way of life. If I just kept on eating, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be like, hit the bags, you know. But that's not the way I am. So intermittent fasting works perfect for me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell that for everybody.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for everyone.
That wouldn't work. So the boy
so
the athlete that I have that survives off of sugar, he eats throughout the whole day. But he needs to, because the way his body burns is different to the way my body burns.
Well, and he kind of utilizes the sugar anyways, because he's just putting that sugar to use for his training.
If I told you this guy's work rate, he outworks crackheads. You know what I'm saying? He outworks crackheads.
Well, the ones in the shit. Excuse me, brother. Can I get 1 pound?
I'm telling you, that brother that's constantly there from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, that's asking you for 1 pound. He outworks.
Yeah.
You know.
That's nuts, man. That's crazy. All right, so just coming to an end. I'm gonna ask you one signature question that we use to close it. But just before I ask it, actually, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Go on, my brother.
Yeah, but just before I do that, is there
You
anything
don't
you
ask me
wanna?
free
Is there anything you wanna like promote? Do you wanna put your Instagram up or anything you wanna?
Yes.
share?
First of all, yeah. So
So the camera's there as well.
yo,
If you wanna.
camera. Yeah, see me camera. Yeah, see me camera. Okay, so if you wanna holler at me, DM me or anything for information, for PT work or for coaching, anything like that. No, I don't do family issues. I don't do relationship issues. But anything combat, I do. Holler at me. Abdul ABDUL _ Yassine YASSINE 88. So that's my Instagram name. Holler at me, DM me, shout me, let me know if you need any help. I am there. Yep. Remember, people, personal questions like girlfriend, boyfriend questions, I'm horrific at. I'll tell you now. Yeah. Diet stuff, I'm alright with. I'm mostly combat and PT and stuff like that. Holler at me. So yep.
You've got gamer workouts as well.
Oh
innit?
yes,
You
yep.
can- But we'll add it in the description. I'm your biggest fan, so of course I'm
this
gonna.
guy
know.
knows. This guy knows. So I've got gamer workouts. So if you're someone that likes to play a lot of games and you only got 15 minutes to do a quick workout, listen, I got you. I got you. I have a Tekken version workout. I have a Call of Duty type of workout, and I have a FIFA type of workout. So if you want to check that out, just check it out. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Spread the news. That'd be fantastic.
Cool. Thanks for that, man. And cool. Last 2 questions. One funny one. What shape is the sky?
What shape is the sky? The sky shape. Ooh. I'll say it's the same shape as the world. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what? I like this question. You got my bamboozled right now. What shape is the sky? The shape of imagination.
Ooh, that's a good answer. That's why I like you, man.
Come on.
That's why I like you.
Come on. The shape
You've got
of
good
imagination.
answers, man, and a sick mindset. Sick in a good way. For anyone that's listening that's not from UK and don't understand UK slang, sick means good.
I got that COVID mindset, bro.
Yeah, COVID
Get me.
mindset. Alright, cool. So the signature question is, to close it off. So if you had 8 billion people listen to you say one thing, what would it be?
If I had 8 billion people listening and I say one thing,
Yeah,
what would it be?
Yeah.
8 billion people, one thing, what would it be? Show up. It'll be show up. It'll be whatever needs to get done, do it. Don't tell yourself tomorrow. Do it now. You know, we all have this problem of not turning up because of this problem, that problem, this feel, how this, you know, just show up. No matter how you feel on that day, just show up, you know. And when you show up, don't show up half-heartedly. Show up to perform. You know, that's what I'll say to everyone. And that's what's got me through my life. You know, had busted up my toes in training, told myself I'm not going to turn up to training, didn't even do footwork that day. You know, I just done something different. But whatever I was doing, I done to the best of my ability. You know, I didn't go in there and say, oh, coach, my feet. No. I showed up and I done the best. Because no point showing up if you're not going to do nothing, neither. Show up, do something, you know. What I love about you is that you'll show up, you'll tell me, oh, Abdul, you know what, today I'm not feeling it, but I want to go for a 10K run.
Yeah.
You know, and I respect that. You don't have to come in to spar. You don't have to come in and, you know, prove a point. But all you done, you showed up. You said, I'm not going to turn up. I'm going to turn up, but I'm going to go do something different, you know. And I respect that. And I think that's what gets you to get things done.
Yeah.
You know?
Appreciate that, bro, man. Thanks for coming.
Come on, my brother. Come on. Let's do this. Cheese and bread.
Abtastic. Amazing.
Come on. Can't believe
Abnormal.
Abdul's on this mic.
Can't believe Abdul's on this mic.
Come on.
But
Listen, peoples. You need to... Hey, listen, people. Spread the news. My boy, this podcast is one of the sickest podcasts. You get me? You need to make sure that everyone that you know knows about this. And the people that don't know, tell them too.
Yeah.
You get me?
If you don't know, then go F yourself.
Bro, I don't really swear. But French connection is there. You get me?
Yeah. I love it. Cool.